Good afternoon and welcome to ATN Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them a collective attention, and work towards solutions that can make society better for everyone. Here are the headlines. Murder. Police detain officers over motorcyclist killing. Fratricide. Man confesses to plotting the brother's murder for 2 million. Sexual abuse. Police arrest 42-year-old over alleged rape. Abduction. Woman cries out over 30 million ransom demand. We're open for sponsorship of this program. Jingles and advert placements, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product service promotion, and commercials. Watch us live on www.Atlantic TV Network, Avo TV Channel 205, Limex TV platform, Ifastech platform, Apple TV, Niger TV, Iroko TV. Connect with us on ATN socials. Subscribe, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on X, at Atlantic TV Net. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, I will introduce my guest, and we'll dive right into the story. Stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Here with me on the show today is Mr. Wisdom Elijah. You're welcome, Mr. Wisdom.
Thank you, madam.
All right, Mr. Wisdom is a social activist, a public affairs analyst, and a seasoned economist. Once again, it's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And now on to the story. The Ebonyi State Police Command has confirmed the detention of some of its officers over the alleged shooting and killing of a motorcyclist in Abakaliki, the state's capital. The incident occurred on January 27, 2026 at about 10:30 p.m. near Harris Filling Station along the Abakaliki-Enugu Highway. Police said the officers attached to the Central Police Station, Abakaliki, were on routine patrol when they responded to a distress call around the Spera Indio flyover. During the operation, one of the officers allegedly fired a shot into the air, but the bullet struck a motorcycle rider identified as Nwancho Nwaizurike, who later died after being rushed to hospital. Commissioner of Police has ordered a thorough investigation by the state's Criminal Investigation Department to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident. The police command expressed condolences to the victim's family and assured the public that investigation will be transparent and that justice will be served. I mean, Mr. Wisdom, do you think that this is a case, this is a tragedy situation that could have been avoided? Meanwhile, should the firing of shots into the air by police operatives during operations even be acceptable? Should it even be acceptable in the first place for police to fire shots into the air during operation? What is your take on this story?
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. Firing shots into the air during an operation is very unprofessional. It's very unprofessional, and I condemn it in its totality. I condemn it. It's very unprofessional. And I don't think the motorcyclist was on the air. So if what the police said, if the statement they gave was actually what happened, well, I'm not disputing the fact that they gave the public a wrong information or something else other than what happened. But if actually what transpired was shooting in the air, I don't think the motorcyclist would have been gunned down. And like the story, if actually there was a distress, maybe criminals were operating around there, or maybe court activities or court clash or whatever that brought this distress call, I think the first thing for them to do is to arrive at the scene, knowing that it's a public, arrive at the scene, see how they can calm the situation down, see how they can assure people of their security, see how they can engage the situation other than firing. So it's very unprofessional. But I also believe the Nigerian police, they will do their investigation, and whoever that is behind the killing of the motorcyclist, I think he will be brought to book.
All right. I'd like us to also consider the fact that this is not the first time that an innocent life is being lost due to recklessness, carelessness on the side of police officers, you know. And at the end of the day, it's tagged a mistake. Meanwhile, an innocent life is being lost. Based on this note, do you think that the Nigerian police officers are not well trained in the handling of rifles, or what? What could be the cause of these accidents?
Okay, in every 12 there must be a Judah. The Nigerian police force, I believe they train their personnel very well. They go through diligence and thorough training. But like I said earlier, in every 12 there must be a Judah. And sometimes too, the intake of some substances that that shouldn't be taken, especially when disbursing your duty, when on operation. There are some things you don't take, there are some things you don't do. So I believe the Nigerian police should increase their training, or they should modify it, train their personnel very well. But I believe they do that. But whoever that is found guilty of, sometimes they call it a happy trigger and all the names of they call it, a mistake and things like that, the person should be brought to book. The person should face the law, because it's almost equivalent to an armed robber shooting sporadically, shooting at people. Because when you have arm, I believe they train them on how to handle arm. Either when they are in an operation, or maybe when they are in a public, they are being trained on how to handle their arms. So anyone who doesn't handle his or her arm the way it's expected, that person maybe should be questioned. They query the person or give the person a punishment for other people to learn. The person should be given an adequate punishment to serve as a lesson to other people. So,
all right, apart from the person being questioned or the persons in question being given punishment, what else do you think needs to be changed so we don't get to see reports like this again in the future? What do you think the government should do? What do you think those at the top of at the helm of affairs in the military sector should do to avoid these occurrences coming up again?
The people in authority should do a periodic training.
Okay.
They should do periodic training. That is the people in the people that gives instruction, gives order, the authority. They should do a periodic training. From time to time, they should be trained. From time to time, they should be trained how to handle their rifle and other areas. But I just want to capitalize on handling of their arms, especially when they are in the public. They should be trained periodically from time to time what to do, because there is a theory of decay. In psychology, there is what we call theory of decay. When somebody or someone learns a thing, and after some time, that principle, that fact, that lessons gradually escapes from the person's memory as a result of theory of decay. So I believe that a periodic training should be done.
Okay, that's very impressive. All right, and now on to the next story. A man, Abubakar Sadiq, has confessed to participating in a plot that led to the murder of his brother. Alhaji Sadiq Kawu Boga, a businessman in Gombe local government area of Adamawa State. Sadiq told police that he was promised 2 million naira for his role, but received 130,000 as an initial payment, which convinced him to cooperate with the killers. According to the Adamawa State Police Command, Sadiq monitored his brother's movements and relayed information to the attackers, effectively guiding them to their victim, he admitted, attending a meeting in a bush where final plans for the murder of his brother was made, and described himself as a torchbearer against his own brother. The killing occurred on January 20, 2026. Police spokesperson SP Suleiman Ngujore said Sadiq expressed deep regret at meeting the betrayal of his own blood brother for money. He remains in custody while investigations continue, as 5 other suspects linked to the murder are still at large. Mr. Elijah, we have a situation where a brother, betrayed his own brother for money. Mind you, he was promised 20 million, and then out of the 20, he was given just 130,000.
Okay,
and
20 million. Okay.
20 million.
Or 2 million.
Is it 2 million?
It should be 2 million.
He was promised 2 million. Okay. And then out of the 2 million, he was given an initial deposit of 130.
To start off the contract.
130. I mean, what could make a man betray his own brother for money? What do you make of this story?
Well, crime is an interplay. Crime is an interplay between some forces, economic hardship, interplay between some factors that are affecting Nigeria currently, like economic hardship, peer pressure and all the rest. But I want to capitalize on economic hardship. You see, the current situation of Nigerian economy now has driven many people into prison. In fact, let me state it clearly that there is no justification for crime.
Okay.
No matter how hard the economy seems to be,
Okay.
there is no justification for crime. And whoever that is found wanting should face the book. A man was promised of 2 million naira to serve as a torchlight or whatever against his own brother, just to receive 2 million naira. And he was paid 130,000 naira as an initial deposit. He's a good contractor anyway. He's a good contractor. Now, there is no justification for crime. Irrespective of whoever that is involved, either his brother or someone else, I don't think there is any amount worth the life of a human being. There is no amount worth the life of a human being. No matter what you are facing, there is no amount worth the life of a human being. There is no amount worth committing a crime. And I can say that sometimes people take the law for granted because they commit crime and go scot-free. But I still believe in the Nigerian police. They have been trying. Lately, they've been trying. And I pray the Almighty gives them strength to continue in their good work. So the man, I think he should face the law, and Nigerian police should also do a thorough investigation to get other suspects. They should all face the law. I don't even know the offense the man committed. I don't know what he did to them. But irrespective of whatever he did to them, I don't think it's worth taking his life. If per se you are having personal issues with the man, you report him to police, report him to religious authorities, and things like that. Then maybe the man will be called and they will dialogue. If the man maybe is owing them or maybe breached a contract or whatever, they will come to one table, know what to do, than taking the life of his brother. Okay, he has killed the man. Will I become his brother? I won't. Yes, I know we are all brothers and sisters, however it is, but I will not answer Sadiq, neither will I answer whatever his name is. Yes, I cannot be a brother to him. So the man, he should face the book, he should face the law. There is no amount at all worth the life of a human. In fact, there is no amount worth inflicting pain on someone. Talk more of taking a person's life. Now, he has taken the life of that man. That man may be saddled with a lot of responsibility, the family, children, and all the rest of it. He will make the children to be vulnerable. Maybe you don't know the family's financial stand at the moment. What will become of the family? What will become of the wife? What will become of the children? What about the relatives? What will become of them? Maybe per se he's sponsoring maybe 1 or 2 persons in the family. What will become of those people?
I really do feel your pain. I really do understand your pain. You know, a lot of times when a life of adults are taken like this, in a lot of cases, you haven't just succeeded in killing one man. You have succeeded in making children,
destroying destinies.
In destroying the destinies of children, making children vulnerable, making a woman a widow, and pushing a whole family into the streets. You know, like you clearly said, that no poverty is not even an excuse. It's not a justification for committing murder. And then the economic situation of the country is not even a justification for committing this kind of crime. So what do you think that could have made this man to do this? Do you consider greed?
Well, I think that's greed in the first instance. That's greed. And well, I believe the police, they are doing their investigation, because I don't think that only greed will lead to we make a man to accept 130,000 naira for a person's life. So possibly maybe they are having a family dispute, or it could be greed, or possibly maybe they are having family disputes or something. Maybe they are dragging over something. because the amount is too poor. Although I know some, maybe that money is something for some people, but even if it's $200 million, even if it's the whole world, it doesn't worth a person's life. So whatever the case is, I don't think it's enough reason to take the life of a person, talk more of his own relative. So,
all right, so before we move on to the next story, what do you suggest that the government should do, the public should do to avoid these kind of reports from happening again? When people commit these kind of crimes, what is your suggestion on the mode of action to be taken against them?
Okay, you know, police work better when people give them information. The security agencies, in quotes, in general, they work more better when people give them information. So I believe in situations as this, the public, people around, should always feed the security agencies with adequate information. And I will also advise my fellow Nigerians, if you have dispute with people, there are places you should take that issue to. You can take it to the security agencies like the police. You can take it to maybe their religion leaders, their religion heads, and things like that. I think a peaceful approach should be welcomed first.
Okay. All right, thank you so much for that beautiful analysis as we move on to the next story. Police in Enugu State have arraigned a 42-year-old man, Edwin Eze, before an Enugu East Magistrate Court over the alleged rape of a 13-year-old girl in Mburubu community in Kanu East local government area of the state. The police told the court that the offense was committed in November 2025, accusing the suspect of having unlawful carnal knowledge of the minor. Magistrate Chijoke Idu ordered that Eze be remanded in the Enugu Correctional Facility and adjourned the case to February 12, 2026. Meanwhile, the Enugu State government has reiterated its zero-tolerance stance on child abuse and violence against women. Commissioner for Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Ngozi Eni, vowed that the government would ensure the prosecution of the suspect to serve as a deterrent to others. When you hear about rape cases like this, grown-up men, mind you, the man in question is 43, while the girl is just 13. I mean, a 43 years old man, what is he doing with a 13 years old girl? Like I said in one of my shows, in this dispensation, in this generation where we are, that sex is practically being sold even on the street. Why do these men still prefer to involve in these deviant behaviors rather than other options available in all corners? What do you make of this story?
Well, I sympathize with the family of the raped victim. I sympathize with the girl. You see, our normal values, I think we need to work on our moral values. It's really decaying. We need to work on our moral values. How can a man old enough to be a grandfather rape a 13-year-old girl? In fact, biologically, I don't think a 13-year-old girl is that much attractive to entice a man of 43 years old.
42 years, sorry.
42, okay, 42 years old. I don't think the girl is that well developed. But even if she is, that is not also a justification for whatever he did. Like you say that sex, in this generation now, sex is being bought and sold. So if per se he is high on something or whatever the reason may be, he should maybe we have places where he can get himself all right. Permit me to use that word, than defiling a minor. The rate of crime in Nigeria is becoming too much. I know there are so many factors that causes this crime. Like maybe it could be abuse of some substances, because if the man is in his right thinking I don't think he will commit such an atrocity, defiling a 13 years old girl. So I think our society, the government, we should expose these evil men. Because I have seen a case whereby a girl was harassed. And the person in question was arrested. But after some time, the family went pleading, begging, and things like that. And the family withdrew that case. The family withdrew the case. That is, you are just telling people that, oh, you can commit a crime and you go scot-free. Maybe you meet the family, you promise them something, or you do this and do. No. We have to expose these men. We have to expose the evil men. Because, okay, if the girl was to be his own daughter, how would he feel that his 13 years old girl was raped by a man that is old enough to be her grandfather? No. We should expose these men and make sure they face the law. And also, I will also advise Nigerian parents.
I was going to come to that, you know.
Okay.
I was going to ask you some of the things that we could do to better protect our children. You know, whenever we talk about these abuses, things that has to do with children, I like to drive the question to the part of the parents too. Like the illustration you just gave, we have a situation where a child was abused and the person who committed the crime came begging and the parent accepted to let go the issue. Is it supposed to be like that? And sometimes, you know, these people who perpetrate these crimes, they offer the parents money. They use money to settle and bury down. And then I want you to look at it from the part of the parents. What role does the parents need to play to better secure their children? And where was the mother of that girl? That this girl was being abused by this, I believe before the man succeeded in abusing her, he might have been making advances little by little, bringing her close and all that. Where was the mother? Why didn't she notice before the deed was done?
Well, the story didn't tell us how the whole thing happened.
Yes.
Because a 13 years old girl is no longer an infant. She's still a minor, but I think she's no longer an infant. A 13 years old girl, maybe, I think she's grown to maybe go to school by herself.
Yes.
Okay, go to school by herself. Maybe go to the shop and get maybe grocery or some other things for herself or for the family. But I will also say this. Parents and the guardians should stand gallantly behind their female children. Their female relatives' wards, they should stand gallantly by them. And also talking about the mother, it could be that maybe the mother has gone to work, or maybe the girl went out or went to school or somewhere. A 13 years old girl is no longer an infant, as to say that the mother must go with her anywhere she's going.
But a 13 years old girl was supposed to be trained in the way that she should be able to communicate with the mother comfortably.
The story did not say if maybe this man has been making advances at her period to that time. I don't think the story says that this man has been making advances at her period to that time. Even if, I don't think so, the story says that. But even if this man has been making advances at this, it could be that the girl maybe didn't understand the science. It could be that she didn't see it coming. Some family members, some family relatives assault their own younger, their female family members. Talk more of an outsider. You may not even know. Maybe she didn't see it coming. So when we talk about the parents, they should try and stand gallantly by their female children. That is one. And also, I think the boy child should also be given orientation. The boy child should be given orientation. You know, most times we face the ladies, we give them the female children, we give them more attention. Do this when a man touches you, then report to your mother, report to your teacher, like what we do back then when we are in nursery school. We if a man touches you, tell your parents, report immediately and things like that. What did you tell the boy child? Did you tell the boy child not to touch a female colleague? Did you tell the boy child not to touch his female
without their permission?
Without their permission. So you have to educate the boy child too. Now, let me tell you something. You see, indoctrination, culture, moral values, all these things have significant role they play in people, in the society. When I went for my youth service in Abia State, because of the home training I got from my parents, because of that godly upbringing, the first place I located when I got to that place was my church. I have to locate where my church is.
Okay.
At least to announce my presence with God.
Okay.
Now, some parents, they fail in raising their children. They fail in inculcating these societal values, these moral values, which is decaying today. They fail to train their children. Poor parenting, poor family upbringing is a major cause of crime in the society. So, when you train your child, the Bible says train a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when you train your child, when you inculcate these morals, these values in that child, you see that child will grow with it. He will grow with those moral values you've already imparted in him or her. And again, our parents should also try in terms of how they dress their female children. The kind of clothes they buy for them, the kind of videos they allow them to see, and some other things. When you dress a child and expose her sensitive parts, what do you think these evil men will do? They will start having that mental picture of what they can do with that girl. And once they get the opportunity, you see them committing such crime. So I think our parents should also try in the way they dress the children, the kind of orientation they give them, both the girl child and the boy child. They should know the kind of orientation they give them, the kind of training they give them, and how they should dress them. Because someone that is not properly dressed, definitely the sensitive areas will show. And these evil men will take advantage of it.
All right. Thank you so much for that one. I like all of the perspectives from which you have looked at the story. But then, as we round up on this story and go on to the next one, I like to ask you a final question. You know, when we get reports like this, apart from these men that you have tagged evil, who else do you think we should hold responsible? Is it just the men? Okay. Who should we hold responsible? Who are the people we should hold responsible when we have reports like this?
Like I said earlier, poor parenting. Poor parenting is a major problem in Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria, it happens other places, but I think our context is just Nigeria.
Yes.
Poor parenting is a major problem. Apart from the fact that there is no justification for these men that commit this crime, our parents should also try and inculcate good values into their children. In fact, sometimes you see these men lure our young girls into this mess because of peer pressure in the side of the girls. Maybe they want to meet up, they want to have money to buy maybe things for themselves and things like that. Before you know, these evil men will lure them into their way, promise them money, promise them comfort, promise them whatever. You see children, not even up to 30 years, using phones that workers can't even afford. People earning salary can't even afford. Where did they get the money from? And you will see your child using such gadgets. You will not question that child. Where did you get this from? Who gave you money? Who bought these things for you? You see your girl child maybe going to somewhere he or she is supposed to, the girl child where she's supposed to spend maybe an hour, and the girl is coming maybe 30 minutes late or 1-2 hours after the time she's supposed to return to the house. And you are not interrogating that child. You are supposed to ask that child, where are you coming from? What kept you there? What were you doing there? Who were you with? All these questions should come in. At least it will trim that child's life to some extent. The girl will know that, okay, if I go, maybe I tell my parents I'm going to school and they see me in church, they will question, why did I leave school for church? Or why did I live here for here? So these kind of questions should be, and sometimes too, our parents should make up time for their female children, also for the male, but let me talk about the male children first. They should make up time for them. Okay, your child is going to so place. You can involve a trusted family relative. Okay, take this child to that place, or you make up time for your on your own. You take that child to that place. And some of this issue of rape, harassment, and things like that will be reduced. And also, I must say this: most of our parents are not really trying. If anyone violates your girl child, and you hide it from the security agencies, you don't do the needful, the government should arrest both the perpetrator of that crime and the parents too. They should answer to that crime too. Maybe something happened, you are trying to hide that person, maybe you don't want the person to be exposed, maybe because the person holds a position in the society, or maybe due to the person's status or whatever, and you want to hide it from the government, you don't want to do the needful. The parents should also be involved. If the police or other security agencies gets to know about, they should be involved. In fact, even neighbors, I believe it's not just parents, neighbors, they also have the role they play in children. Although I know that most people are just trying to maybe exonerate themselves from things, or maybe it's their thing and whatever it is. But once you see evil, speak out. Speak out. People do no longer feel empathy. Empathy is dying in Nigeria, it's dying in our society. Because if per se something happens to you, to a brother or a sister, and you say, this thing that happens to this person, if it was to be me, I will feel pain, I will lose this, I will lose that. And you see such a thing happening to somebody without you speaking up, or maybe you see a movement. I was reading an article the other day. A woman I've forgotten the community, an article I was reading. A woman reported to the police how a father was continuously abusing the child, with the reason that the child was adopted either from a village they mentioned, I think it's in eastern part of Nigeria. I don't want to mention the state. I don't want to mention the state. Was continuously abusing that child, and the woman, that is the neighbor, observed that movement. Each time maybe people go to work, maybe the family or the mother, each time they go out, sometimes they hear the child crying, sometimes they hear her screaming and things like that. At a time, the woman and the daughter, they say something is really wrong. So that very day, the daughter actually went close to this man's house, and they heard the girl screaming in the room. The girl went back to the mother, told the mother have to raise her hand. So sometimes the neighbors too, they also have responsibilities to play.
All right, thank you so much for that great analysis. In other words, you just said, apart from the people who commit the crimes, even the neighbors should be held accountable. The parents of these children who are being abused should be held accountable. And then when these perpetrators are being caught, justice should be done to them. Justice should be served to them. Arresting and freeing them is in the solution.
There is a jail term for such kind of crime. Such kind of crime, there is a jail term for it. The person should serve his jail term.
Okay.
Yes, it will make other people to learn. Or to avoid situations that will lead them to committing such crime.
All right, thank you. And now on to the next story, which is the last story for today. A distressed woman has appealed to the public for help after her daughter was abducted while traveling to the National Youth Service Corps NYSC orientation camp. The emotional appeal captured in a viral video shows the mother crying in the market as she begged Nigerians to help raise ransom money for her daughter's release. According to the post circulating on social media and analyzed by Trending Explained, the victim, Binuyo Latifa, a recent mass communication graduate of Kwara State Polytechnic, was kidnapped in Kogi State while en route to the NYSC camp in Taraba State. She is said to be her mother's only daughter. The abductors are reportedly demanding a ransom of 30 million naira, but the family has so far been able to raise only 1 million naira. The incident has sparked widespread concern and renewed calls for improved security for corps members traveling across the country. Now, Mr. Elijah, we have in this report the situation where a mother's only daughter is being abducted and a price tag is now placed on her life. A price tag of 30 million naira is now placed on her life. A girl who was traveling to serve Nigeria. I mean, is this what national service has turned to?
Well, you see, my problem with Nigeria is not just the economic hardship. My problem with Nigeria is insecurity. However, I know the government, through its agencies, has been trying to curtail insecurity, crime, and all of that. But the government need to do more in terms of security. They should do more in terms of security. The adopters demanding 30 million naira ransom. Well, you know, like I said, there are a lot of factors that pushes people to crime. Whatever the factor may be, for them to adopt a corps member or a prospective corps member and demand for 30 million naira. Where has she been working? The parents, what is their business? How much is their salary? I'm not saying all these things that maybe the family, even if they are millionaires or maybe they own all the oil blocks in Nigeria, that is enough reason for them to pay that money. So what I'm just trying to, like, the people committing this crime, the adopters, what are they really thinking? What are they thinking? You know, sometimes when these evil men, let me still use that word, evil men, when they take all the harmful substances, when they abuse it, they get themselves drunk, abuse drugs and things like that, they will lose their senses. They will lose their sense of reasoning. A prospective corps member adopted, kept in their custody, and they are placing a ransom of 30 million naira. Well, I pray to Almighty to keep the life of that girl. Okay. I so sympathize with the girl and the family, and I pray that wherever the girl is, let her remain to stay alive. But however, I think the government need to do. I
was going to come to that, you know.
Okay.
I was going to ask you, I mean, who is responsible for protecting corps members when they leave their homes? And then, on the other part, do parents have to come out to market spaces, to marketplaces to cry and raise alarm before the government's attention is drawn to an issue like, because I previously, while I was a youth corps member, we were told that corpers are government children.
Yes, they are.
We were told that we're government children. So in a situation where, like this, where a corps member has been arrested, is the mother supposed to go to the marketplace to be crying the way she is doing? We're supposed to be responsible.
Well, the woman is just trying to express herself.
Okay.
She is trying to seek attention.
Is it supposed to be like that?
Well, I'm not going to say yes or no to that, but in summary, the woman is trying to seek for attention.
Okay.
I believe a formal report has also been made, but the woman is trying to seek attention. She's trying to seek help. Maybe it could be that she has lost hope on the part of government for her to go into the street, into the market, crying and pleading for money, asking people for money and things like that. She's just trying to, like the story says, she's the only daughter of her mother.
The only daughter and the only child.
And the only child of the family. Then what do you expect the woman to do? She's just trying to see what she can do to save her daughter's life.
The fact that out of the 30 million that was demanded, the family has been able to raise just 1 million. What does that tell us?
The family, they even tried. I can say, in fact, they tried to even raise ₦1 million in this current economic hardship. That's why I'm saying that I don't know what kind of substances these people take, or the ideology, the idea, the motive, the mission behind these adopters, adopting people, kidnappers, adopting people, either for ritual, for ransom, or for whatever the reason. I don't even know what kind of substance they take. I don't know the mission behind what they are doing. But be it as it may, I pray that the girl will return back to the family unharmed. That is my earnest prayer for the girl and for the family.
Amen.
That's how we talk. Again, like you said that when you were a core member, that there is this saying or this notion that the core members or the youth corpers are government children or government property. Let me use that word. Like they told me when I was that I'm a government property. Now the point is, irrespective that government owes everybody, not only the core members protection, you also owe yourself protection. Let me tell you one story. When I was serving, I served in Abia State, precisely. When I was serving, there are some places I go, I don't even go with my face cap. I don't go with my NYSC attires. I go as an ordinary member of the society.
But is your uniform not even supposed to protect you? Because I remember back then...
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me just say something. When I got to... I don't want to mention the local government. I've already said the state. There was a place I stopped when the boss stopped me and they saw that we are core members and things like that. I was with my face cap. I can't remember if I was with the full uniform, but I know I was with my face cap. Do you know that a place the cyclist was supposed to charge for 200 naira? He told me 500 naira.
But do you know that
that is to tell you how insecure it is to expose yourself in some places.
It's not now, listen. It's not like that all the time. I remember back then at the orientation camp, we were categorically told to always go in our uniforms because it was going to be our protection, our coverage for the moment. And while you said you boarded a vehicle, a motorcycle, yes, and they charge you higher than they were supposed to charge you because of your uniforms, there are core members who will tell you that because I was wearing my uniform, I didn't have to pay.
Okay, maybe that happens
so
to
it
some
goes
people.
Both ways.
It happens to some people. But
and if you ask me,
see, anywhere I go with my ID card. I go with my NIC ID card. I don't miss it. And maybe if any situation happens and things like that, you can identify yourself first before further investigation or further identification. But the point is that some people take advantage of core members, especially when they know they are new in that town.
Okay.
Like the person, like the motorcyclist I cited, that place was supposed to be just 200 naira. It's from, let me not mention name, in Abia State. He was supposed to charge 200 naira. He told me 500 naira. In fact, I was like, from what they told us, from that way, because we asked questions. We asked questions from the camp, from here to here, how do we locate our PPA and things like that. Now, we were told that from that place to where I was going to will not be more than 200 naira. Somebody is telling me 500 naira. It was on another occasion, a different day. A core member told me that they've increased our allowance to 33,000 naira. Then we are earning 19.8. That it has been increased to 33,000 naira. So that the money we should also at least we there that are serving us and things like that. So the summary of the story is that there are some times you need to protect yourself, not by maybe carrying arms, carrying weapons and things like that. Sometimes you use your, let me use the word number 6. Use your number 6 and get things done. In fact, myself, where I was serving, there were 2 major routes to my residence. Sometimes if maybe I follow one route to my PPA in the morning, when I'm returning in the afternoon, I take the other one. These are some security measures one should take.
All right.
So the government should do anything possible to protect our citizens. But we, the citizens, we also owe ourselves that responsibility of protecting ourselves.
That's a good one. As we come to the end of the show, we appeal to the government, federal government, to come to the rescue of the mother whose only child has been abducted. Please. And we pray that the girl who is being abducted will come out safe and alive. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Wisdom. It's been really beautiful having you on the show.
Thank you, Mrs. Ofina.
Thank you for all of your analysis.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Atlantic Society Watch. Thank you, every of our viewers, for staying with us. We're open for sponsorship of this program, jingles and advert placements, news and events coverage, personality, society, and political interviews, product, service promotion, and commercials. Watch us live on www.Atlantic TV Network, Avo TV Channel 205, Limex TV platform, Ifastech platform, Apple TV, Niger TV, Iroko TV. Connect with us on ATN socials. Subscribe, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on X, at Atlantic TV Net. Remember and don't forget that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. My name is Ofina Christopher.